Welcome wagon. Let's bring in the Everybody Settle Down podcast co-host Eric Messersmith and the Federalist elections correspondent Brianna Lyman. Thank you both for coming on. I guess we can just play this. This is Bernie and his evolution from oligarchy back in the 1993-ish area to 2025. Watch this.
That's called, my friends, oligarchy. The United States of America today is increasingly becoming an oligarchy. This great country is evolving into an oligarchic society.
That under Donald Trump, this country is hurtling rapidly toward oligarchy.
Apparently not real rapidly, Eric. I mean, it's taken 30 plus years, so maybe not that rapid of move.
Yeah, and look, there are billionaires influencing the elections, but it's happening on both sides. I mean, George Soros has contributed $30 billion to various organizations over the years. So there is a lot of money in politics, but it is happening not just on the Republican side when it comes to Elon Musk and Donald Trump. It's happening on both sides. And in terms of his appearance at Coachella, I do think it's interesting that I think Bernie does recognize that Coachella, the average age of an attendee is 25. It's very culturally significant with young people. And if you look at what happened in 2020, Joe Biden beat Trump by 25 points among 18 to 29-year-olds. 2024, Harris won by a couple points. It was very close to a tie. Right. So they lost maybe no other group more so than young people. And I think Bernie and others recognize that.
Yeah, maybe they do. Meantime, Brianna, the great space race. And did you say mankind? Do not say the word mankind. I'm going to play this back and forth, and I'll get your take.
So explain to our audience why even a trip like this one, all the trips that we take into space benefit mankind.
So it benefits humankind, and I'm going to keep correcting the mankind and the man-made and the man missions, because this is exactly what this mission is about, is expanding the perspective of who does space.
Brianna, what do you think?
Well, first of all, man in the word mankind comes from the Old English word man that was spelled with two N's and referred to a person, not a male. So it was always gender neutral. It never had anything to do with sexism. Secondly, leftists have become these linguistic revisionists, and they use language as a battleground in the culture war. So when you see these revisions or these redefinitions, it's not about clarity or accuracy. It is about controlling the narrative. So you see mankind to humankind, illegal alien to undocumented migrant, and mothers to birthing persons. They know that if they control the language, they control the discourse. And when you control the discourse, you control the culture.
Yep, that's exactly right. Meantime, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, here's the picture, by the way. Put the picture up on the screen. There you have it. She's using the folder to block her face. But she said this. She at least explained it. She said the following. Watch.
Someone asked me what was going through your mind at that moment, and it was, I don't want my picture taken. That's all it was. I kind of wish I hadn't put my folder up in front of my face, but whatever. You know, I was there. I mean, I just wrote a book about learning to laugh at yourself, so I'm pretty good at it.
I didn't want my picture taken in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, is what the thing is, because if you stand like we talked about last week, you stand too close to Trump, you are out.
You know, in politics, oftentimes people don't focus a lot on the nuances of a lot of issues, but they remember moments, and they certainly remember iconic pictures. Remember Al Gore, I invented the internet. You know, you've had a lot of these things over the years that kind of stick. And she's rumored as a potential candidate, certainly in 2028 for the Democrats. And that's something that's going to stick. And it's going to annoy a lot of Democrats, A, that she was there, but then also that she was doing that weird thing with the folder. If you're going to be in the Oval Office, and apparently she didn't realize that she was going to be there during an event, just own it and say, hey, I'm here to meet with Trump because I think people who disagree with each other should be able to talk about issues.
And she agreed with the president on an issue, so that was part of the thing, and she's trying to walk that back as well. Meantime, Bill Maher talking about his new BFF. Watch.
He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. I never felt I had to walk on eggshells around him. And honestly, I voted for Clinton and Obama, but I would never feel comfortable talking to them the way I was able to talk with Donald Trump. That's just how it went down. Make of it what you will. Me, I feel it's emblematic of why the Democrats are so unpopular these days.
Kind of a change in the air, Brianna, right? The haters are beginning to kind of change their tune a little bit.
You know, Bill came to the realization that 77+ million Americans came to without having to have a sit-down steak dinner with the president in the White House. And that is because Bill Maher bought into the left-wing caricature of Donald Trump that smeared him as a villain. In fact, Maher peddled those same types of smears. He said that Donald Trump was Hitler adjacent, and he bought those lies and sold those lies hook, line, and sinker. And yet he has a single sit-down dinner, and suddenly all of these delusions are dispersed. They dispel. And if Donald Trump was half of the things that Bill Maher claimed he was and that the left-wing propaganda press claimed he was, a single dinner would not have Bill Maher changing his tune. So this is just indicative of how strong the propaganda press has been for a decade and how it's losing its grip.
Yeah. Brianna Lyman, Eric Messersmith, thank you both. Coming up, a 17-year-old's plan to assassinate President Trump, the shocking measures that he allegedly took, including killing his own parents, is next.
If anything happens to me, I don't want my family to stress over money.
I searched best online life insurance, and Ethos came up.
It took maybe 10 minutes.
I got covered 100% online.
Ethos made it fast and easy to protect my family.
Check your price at ethos.com.
For muscle cramps and spasms, what's your move? The Hercules? Make the move to TheraWorks for fast muscle relief. Safe, gentle, and absorbs quickly for relief.
TheraWorks works.
Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
Clogged gutters can cause big problems fast. Until now. Call 833-LEAF Filter today for your free gutter inspection.
I've had terrible flooding problems on my porch. Now I understand why.
Right now, Leaf Filter is offering a free inspection on your schedule. Leaf Filter is a permanent gutter solution, so you never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again.
Call us today and schedule your free inspection.
To schedule your free inspection, call 833-LEAF Filter today or visit leaffilter.com.
Who's coming in the driveway?
My daughter is being treated for leukemia. I hope that she lives a long, great, happy life and that she will never forget how Mom and Daddy love her. St. Jude, this is what's keeping my baby girl alive.
You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude Children's Research.